Howdy folks, I'm Doctor McFarland and it is Tuesday, January 16th. We are covered in snow here in Middle Tennessee and it's cold outside, but we got them hot tones coming at you. So yeah, let's go ahead, just have some fun tonight and talk about maybe NAMM coming up, maybe some cool new gear that you're seeing coming out that maybe I haven't seen yet. And currently I'm playing the Kiesel Delos, which I don't have buyer's remorse. I mean, it does sound good. I do wish that the dots were in the middle so it looks more traditional. But I really bought it because, you know, I like the body, the sunburst, and it also has this really cool flame maple neck, which is nice. It doesn't add to the playability, it just looks really neat. So I guess when you're shopping for guitars, you got to take that kind of stuff into consideration. Is, you know, if it doesn't change the feel but it just looks cool, you know, is it worth paying the extra cost? Thankfully I got this guitar on a really good deal on Reverb. It was the same guitar and the same owner was also selling it on Marketplace. But the reason why I go off of Reverb more times than not, even though you do pay tax and then the buyer does, or the seller loses, you know, that fee and the tax and the shipping and, you know. So it's a little less convenient on both sides because the buyer is spending a little bit more than they really have to. Then the seller is not getting as much as they really want to. But when you don't have cash and you just want to put it on a credit card, like this idiot, then that's what you do. So I think this year, definitely this year, I'm not spending any more money. I did buy a Fender FR10 so I could check what the hiss sounded like on those cabs. And let me tell you, this thing sounds really, really good. It's a nice sounding cab. And I did compare it to a friend's FR12. He has a 12-inch version. And his has about 3 dB less hiss noise than mine does. But honestly, if you just flipped it on, you barely even notice anything's there anyway. Regardless if mine's louder or his is not as loud and whatever else. So if you're looking for an FR speaker that looks like a real speaker cab, let's just say it looks like a Fender Princeton, and the FR12 looks more like a Fender Deluxe, then I say it's a great price. They sound really good. The FR12s were out of stock for a short time, but now they're back in stock, I think. Let me actually check. And let me move this over to my other screen. Let's see what we got here. I say for the price is an excellent deal. And let me do this here. Bada bing. So we're going to go a little FR12. And let me close off some of these other things here. You don't need to see all that. Well, there's nothing to see really, but all right, so FR12 $549. That's a really good deal. The new headrush. So this is a hot new item coming soon. So it's not technically new. They've been out, but I think they were just out of stock and they're coming back into stock. So right, like the FR10 you can get right now. The FR12 will be coming back into stock very soon. And I think they took them away for a short time to deal with the hiss issue. Maybe, possibly. Some of the Fender guys said, "Oh, the hiss is totally normal. Don't worry about it." And others were like, "No, this is very annoying. And why would you even sell something like this?" So that's the way that is. But there's some items that I want you to be aware of here. So let's just go to the Headrush FR 12 something. All right, so for $399. So let's just say if you were going to look at this versus the Fender FR12, it's really $150 difference. Now the Headrush does now have a Bluetooth option, which is really cool if you like that. But what I like about this thing right here is if you pay for it outright using the Sweetwater credit card. So think of this like you're paying with cash. You're paying $400 of cash. And when you buy it and put it on the credit card without financing, so essentially you're putting on the card, then you're paying it off right away kind of thing, I think. They give you $20 in bonus bucks. Okay, so it's $20. Okay, not too bad. Now it's not a deduction from the $399 or whatever the tax is, because there is taxing, added on to this purchase. But essentially they're saying, okay, if you pay for this outright, we'll give you $20. Okay, that's cool. So if you needed the speaker anyway, now you got 20 more bucks to work with. Then let's say you needed a guitar for some reason and you wanted to go get let's say a Reverend, because I'm a Reverend fan, right? Reverend guitars. I'll check the comments here in a bit. Damien Andy is in the house. What's up? People have been saying a lot of good things about your channel here lately, so that's good. Congratulations on that. Let's just see what the double agent says. Okay, so it's a $1,200 guitar, but if you buy it outright without financing, they give you $60. So if you bought the Headrush FR12, and then that's $20, and then if you went and bought a Reverend, that's another $60. Well, that's $80 that you can now put towards your next purchase, which may help pay for tax or something. I'm not sure if this applies to blemishes or B stocks, whatever it is, but maybe not. So anyway, that's kind of the idea behind it is, if you don't want to always put things on credit cards all the time and then try to pay them off later, hopefully the credit card has like 18 months, same as cash, or maybe you're putting it on a PayPal credit, which is usually 6 months, same as cash, which means if you pay it off before the 6 months is over, then you don't get charged all that interest, which is one way of going about it. If you want to give yourself a little extra cushion, if you know you got some gigs coming up, but you need a new guitar like right now because your other guitar is just going to crap and you need a good backup or something, then PayPal credit is a good option if you want to go that route. Most of the time, the special financing through Sweetwater is 24 months, sometimes all the way up to 48 months, which is 4 years. So that can give you a lot of time and a lot of buffer room to help pay for things that you may need. Now, if you use that and take advantage of it, like this idiot, then you just start putting things on credit cards and paying for things that you don't necessarily need, but you think you want it to just make videos with. Then now you're stuck with an item that you're making videos with, and it's very hard to recoup that money, either with YouTube AdSense money or even Sweetwater affiliate links, which I do have Sweetwater affiliate links and all that stuff. So it is what it is. I'm having fun. So I did my damage last year, and now I'm paying for it this year. So I will not be spending as much money this year as I did last year. Let me say that. But I am enjoying the Kiesel guitars that I have purchased so far. Let me go ahead and switch to a different guitar because I can. I like this one. This one's really cool. Let me actually grab a Reverend real fast so you can see what I like. If I can not trip over my cables. All right, so this is a looker and it plays really good. So this is the Reverend HPP, which stands for Humbucker P90 P90. This has a rosewood fretboard, roasted maple neck. I think it's Koa. I think it's a Koa body, which is really nice. It has a very cool retro modern style body shape. It's kind of like the double cutaway, but it's, you know, kind of off-centered and whatever else. Comes with a really nice Wilkinson trim system. I mean, this thing will not go out of tune at all. At all. Very, very nice. Let's check the comments here. Kevin Carrick is in the house. What's up, Carrick? Or Kevin? Joel Chappelle. Freezing in Livingston. Yes. Stuck in the basement working on guitars. That's fun. Yeah, we were out skiing in Indiana, just above Cincinnati. North Point, North something, I don't know, whatever ski resort is up there. We went on a youth ski trip with the church, and it was fun. It was really fun. Turn up all my knobs here. So yeah, didn't snow at all up there, but they were making fake snow so we can, you know, ski in it and stuff. But on the drive back home in Middle Tennessee, where I live in Murfreesboro, just below Nashville, the whole Middle Tennessee is like got tons of ice, winter storm advisory, all that stuff. Got 6 inches of snow, and the interstates and the roads were pretty bad. So thankfully we got home just before it got dark. Otherwise we'd be driving in the dark through the snow, and that's not always a good thing. So thankfully we got home safely, and but we had fun, and it was an adventure and a half and 3/4. And all right, I want y'all to guess what modeler I'm playing through tonight. I will not give it away. I will not discuss it. I'm just going to play it and keep talking about whatever. But now, I don't know if this is just me or not, but here in the last year, the reason why I've been buying so many Kiesels, other than the fact that they are immaculate guitars, they just play really well, look amazing. They're essentially custom shop guitars that you get for half the price. Even though they are quite expensive, what you would pay for a normal custom shop guitar, like $3,000 to $4,000. These are more in like the 18 to higher 3, or not higher 3, but like higher 2,000 kind of range, like 25 to 2,800, sometimes 2,000 to 2,200, depending on which model and features that you get. But one thing that you do get with that are stainless steel frets. So nothing against my Reverends. I've been playing Reverends for the better part of about 20 years now. My first one was a Reverend Flat Rock, and I sold it to a buddy right before I got married. And I told him, if you ever ever think about getting rid of it or selling it, I want to buy it back because I want that guitar back. Because it was just really cool. It was in the early days of Reverend. Well, not early days, but like, within the first 5 to 8 years of Reverend's existence. That's just a really cool guitar. But anyway, I'm having this mental block of I love all kinds of guitars, but I don't like playing those D's and A's and G's and C chords and then start getting the fret wear in your normal, cowboy chords. So then you have to get a fret dress, which is like $80 to $100. And then after, a few years of doing that, you have to replace the frets, which is another $300, $400. And it's just really annoying to having to always work on your guitars and keep them up and all that stuff. So investing in some instruments that have stainless steel frets kind of puts my mind at ease, and I don't have to worry about, I can't play my D chord for too long, or I can't play whatever because it's going to start wearing out the frets too quick, that kind of thing. Which I know it takes it depends on what you're doing, but for me, it'd probably take a good 2 or 3 years to start really wearing down on the frets. If I was playing it all the time. I don't play in a band. I only play at church once a week, so I really have this problem. But it's still just a mental thing that I have. Is like I want my guitar to be a one-time purchase without having to put any other work or money into it other than just, changing strings, and I can do all the setup stuff myself. It's actually quite easy to set up guitars. So I did find a person on Instagram that posted on Instagram about his shop in Bell Buckle, Tennessee, which is about 45 minutes south of, make sure this microphone is not in my face. And he quoted me a really good deal on a stainless steel refret of a guitar. Now it's probably going to be a little bit more than what he's quoting, but even what he quoted was way less than all the other quotes I've gotten around town, even up in Nashville and some different shops. So that is another dilemma: is if I like the guitar enough to keep it like long term, like the rest of my life, is it worth it to put in another $300 to $400 just to have stainless steel frets, maybe even in the first 5 fret area, so I don't have to worry about those cowboy chords? But all my soloing stuff, I don't really play enough in those areas to wear them out. Is it worth it to put the money in now so I can keep the guitar long term, or do I just sell off the guitar and just keep playing my Kiesels and knowing that I don't have to worry about ever working on the frets? So anyway, let me know what your thoughts are on that, especially if you're an acoustic player and you play those cowboy chords all the time. Especially the guys that play down on Broadway, or maybe you're in a band and you just play, a few times a week, at hours at a time. The more you play that D chord, the more you play that C and the G and the A and all that stuff, you're going to be wearing down the frets, and then it's going to be time to have a refret or even just a fret dress, which could be, like I said, about $100, $120, depending on who does it. And then that should last you, maybe another year, another 2 years, depending on how often you play. And then it's another $120. Well, that's $240, $250 right there that you've reinvested into an instrument that might have only cost you $500 to begin with. So, is it worth it to spend the extra money now to get a guitar with stainless steel frets and never have to worry about fret dresses or refrets or anything like that? So anyway, that's kind of what I'm up against. Kevin Carrick is guessing the headrush core. I don't know. You think this sounds like a headrush core? It might. I need a tune. That's what I need to do. Hello. Let's see here. I got the blue lights going tonight. I could go crazy. Let's go red. Yeah, we got a red back there now. Uh-oh. Let's see if I can turn this on. There we go. We're in trouble now. We're in red land. Now, regardless of frets, I do have a slight bias towards Reverend guitars. I think they are the Fender guitar for those that don't want to mod anything. And the reason why I say that is all Reverends already come with lock-in tuners. And most Fender guitars don't come stock with that. You get the really nice Wilkinson trim. You know, just stays in tune perfectly all the time. Going back to my clean sound here. Just always comes right back in tune. Perfectly, no issues there. On the volume pot, you get a treble bleed circuit. So as you turn down the volume, your high end doesn't go away, which is very, very nice. I know that's a very cheap mod you could do yourself, but when you buy a Reverend, it already comes stock with that. You essentially have a bass contour, which is a high pass filter, if you were to think of it like audio engineering terms. So essentially you have a high pass filter and a low pass filter. So you can roll off the highs with this knob. You know, so you can darken the sound if you want. Or you can roll up the bass contour knob, or actually roll back the bass contour. You can take out all that bass. And you can thin out a humbucker sound or a P90 sound, which is really, really cool. So this is the sound with the full bass going. Then roll it off. So what that does to your amplifier sound is essentially very much like a fractal amplifier that has an input EQ and an output EQ. You're essentially saying, okay, I'm going to reduce the bass going into the front end of this amp, so therefore it responds slightly differently than if you sent the full bass response from the pickups. And you just get a different sound. So this is with the bass all the way down. Then bass all the way back up. So a little more fuller sound. Now I'm back out of tune only because I haven't changed the strings on this in a while. Usually on a fresh set of strings, these do hold tune really well. And thankfully, I just ordered another 24 sets from webstrings.com. And they look like this. These are the 10 to 46s. They're called the Memphis Electric, webstrings.com. So when you order 24 packs at a time, that's the kind of the threshold they set. It makes each pack like $3.05 or something like that. Thomas Moore is asking, do the stainless steel frets wear out strings because they are so hard? I don't think so. I haven't noticed the strings getting worn out any quicker than normal. I'll wait till you need it and then decide not worth it, in my opinion. If you play a few guitars, you probably won't wear them out. Well, that's true. At this point, I have so many guitars that I don't really play any of them enough to wear out the frets. But it's just the joy of knowing that I can play a guitar more often and not worry about having to wear out the frets as much. So, and all that. Now this guitar right here, this is probably, I could probably just get by my whole life with just this one guitar right here. Because it gives you the Stratty type sounds. You got the cool P90 stuff in there. You know. That's a little beefier than your normal Strat. But that's why you can roll down that bass contour. And thin it out a little bit. So here's the middle position, so just the middle pickup. I think the Brio's looking nice tonight with the red in the background. It's a nice contrast with the light that I have shining on my face. So anyway, there you go. That is a Reverend guitar. If you want something out of the box, but still has some really nice appointments on it, really nice look. You know, Wilkinson trim, lock and tuners. You know, really nice tuners. I'm thinking roasted maple neck. Yeah, Reverends are very good buy. But if you're in the, I would say this, if you're in the buying and selling kind of person, then, you know, Reverends may not hold as much value as your typical Fender would. Maybe. I guess it probably depends on the model. But like this one that I showed you earlier is like $12.99. You could probably buy it used for maybe $8 or so. Maybe $800. So if you want to hold out and save some money, you know, by paying with cash, you can definitely score some good deals. Let's just see, for example, if we go to reverb.com. Not saying I don't want you to buy anything new. But even myself, I try to find a bargain whenever I can. So here's a Les Paul Traditional, which I technically just sold. Not this exact one, but I did sell my Les Paul. And this is going for $17.46. So that's, you know, that's cool. It's a looker too. Very nice guitar. That is a pretty guitar right there. But don't let that $17.46 be deceive you. That's after you pay for shipping, which is going to be more in the just over $1,800, and then they're going to charge tax, which, you know, let's just say it's 10%. That's another $170. So now you're looking at closer to the $2,000 range. So if you were local to West Kelowna, Canada, and you wanted to pay the guy, you know, some cash, then that'd be a good deal if you wanted to take cash. But anyway, we're looking at Reverend guitars. Reverend guitars. Let's see what we got here. So here's an Air Sonic, which I have. They want $1,000 for it. I think brand new, the Air Sonic is, just doing some shopping here. So it's $299 or $12.99. So But they do have a demo for $10.49, so that's a good deal. So you could probably more than likely get this. They still charge you tax, which you would pay tax here on Reverb as well anyway. So you would be charged another $100. So that's $1,100 there with free shipping versus buying it here and still being able to return the guitar if you felt like you wanted to within a certain time. Let me grab my Air Sonic real fast so we can show you that. Let me show you that one. So before my Kiesel kick, I had a Reverend kick. I was just buying a bunch of different, not a bunch, but just some different Reverends that I liked. And what my thought process was, I had the HPP, which is the guitar I just showed you, and that would be my Stratty type sound. But this guitar actually comes with, the description on this one is not correct. That's actually a maple fretboard. It says it's with a Palfaro fretboard. Interesting. This is technically a humbucker size, but it's a P90 sound, which is really neat. So let me see if I'm in tune or not. Once again, it's got the Wilkinson trim on there. It's got single volume. Actually, it's got a volume and a tone, but the bass contour is up here. So you can thin it out a little bit. So this was kind of my my way of having a Reverend kind of look, but maybe getting some more of those Telecaster type tones. I mean, I know this is not exact, but it's just a cool looking guitar. And they actually have a new color for 2024. It's the, they're not going to have it updated on here, I don't think. Yeah, the new color's not updated yet. I'm sure it's going to be after the NAMM show. They'll have all these updates. But they had a, it's not even going to be on the website, I don't think. ReverendGuitars.com. Check the comments here. Aaron Short got a replacement Kemper. That's good. The last one was faulty. See, I also love stainless steel frets. Now that I have them, I will never go back to non-stainless steel frets. I just think the benefits far outweigh the slightly extra cost you have to pay for them. But I think it's well worth just go ahead and getting stainless steel frets and just being done. That way you don't have to worry about it. So essentially, if I wanted to take this guitar and the HPP and sink another $300 to $400 into this guitar, you know, this would be a for life guitar. Like I wouldn't have to, you know, put any more work into it. And I technically did get these two at a discount because I don't work with Reverend, but I have bought many guitars over the years, and they always give me a good deal, so I can show them off on the channel and stuff like that. So I've never technically paid full price. Actually, I did pay full price for the HPP because at the time Reverend didn't have any available in their shop. I was like, I'll just go ahead and buy it from Sweetwater and be done. But most of the time, I do get a slight discount on Reverend guitars. So. bass contour back up. Yeah, so it's just a really cool, fun guitar. It's very similar in shape to the HPP, but it does have a raised center section right here. And I wanted it to be black because it kind of had that, it's not exactly, I know, but it had that that David Gilmour kind of black body with the maple fretboard kind of look, kind of like the Fender Player Series Strat that I reviewed a few years ago. And I've had this guitar earlier this year, and honestly, I got this in, when was it? I feel like it was January or February, maybe March of this year. Oh, sorry, not this year, but last year, because it's now 2024. And I already have a small, slight dip right there on the 3rd fret where I play that D chord. And to me, that's just annoying. Because eventually, if I keep playing this guitar, which I do, I want to play this guitar. If I keep playing it, I'm going to keep wearing down that area. And then it's going to start having intonation problems. This is start going to have tuning problems. And I will have to sink another $300 to $400 into a refret, which I know I have enough meat on these frets to get a fret dress, but then everything will be a little bit lower, and you have to change the setup a little bit. It's the whole thing I don't want to deal with. So I should probably retitle this this stream, I hate doing fret work. Or getting fret work done. It's just annoying to me. So, Jeremy Knoll is in the house. It's good to see you, my friend. Boss, Doctor, Sir. I'll take it. I'll take all that. I will take it. Yeah, the NAMM show. I finally get to go to the Anaheim NAMM show. I could totally go. I could have gone before, but one, I didn't want to have to pay for airplane tickets, and I didn't have to pay for hotel rooms, which would be an extra cost. And thankfully this year I don't have to pay any of that. I just get to go technically for free. But putting in about I get to put in about 40 hours worth of work in 4 days. So, yeah. Yeah, getting fret work done is a drag. And I agree. Stainless steel frets do feel amazing. I totally agree with that. Let's see. Now, if I was in a rock and roll band, if I was still playing in the band I was in, Feedback Revival, these Reverend guitars would definitely be the ones I'd be playing full time. Now that the Kiesels aren't great, I love the Kiesels, but this aesthetic right here matches the look and the sound of that band perfectly. I just love the Air Sonic. I love the HPP. Let me grab another guitar over here. If I can get it. Ow. This is the Reverend Sensei. Bow to your Sensei. And let me plug this one in here. Oh no. This thing is a cool guitar. It's not very thick. It's very balanced. The neck feels great. It's the perfect thickness for what I prefer. And but this guitar, this is the one here. You're not going to be able to see this all that well. But there are some major dips in those third and really the third fret. And then the second fret where you play that first finger on the D chord there. But this thing is all rock and roll, man. And I need to tune this one too. Tune it up, man. So I'm kind of at a crossroads right now. I'm going down to the crossroads. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Do I want to buy a new Sensei? Like, let's say I sell this one for like $600, right? Because I'm not going to be able to get, full price or even a higher asking price. Probably about $600. And honestly, if someone knows it needs fret work, they're like, yeah, maybe I'll give you a $550 for it. It's like, no, I don't know. I don't know if I want to sell it for $550 or $600. And right now, I do not have tuning issues or intonation issues when I play that D chord. Still sounds really good. Here's the middle position. Here's with the bass contour all the way down. So you can thin it out a little bit. Here's with the, I call it the low pass filter knob. You can darken it up if you need to, make it less bright. And then you got the volume, with the treble bleed. So you can just bring it all the way down. You don't lose any of the highs at all. So yeah, very good stuff. So yeah, the Reverend guitars here would be my main acts of choice for my any kind of rock and roll band that I'd be playing in. At the time when I toured Europe back in 2014, I had a Gibson SG Black that I toured with, and then a Parts Caster, technically a Fender kind of thing, Parts Caster that I played as my backup guitar. But if I could go back and redo things, I would definitely be playing Reverend on those tours. Just because they were very solid guitars. Yeah, I like them. I would call this the, if I had the HPP, the Air Sonic, and this guitar, this would be the trifecta. The trifecta of Reverend guitars for me. Because this is more like the Les Paul, because you got the double humbucker. The HPP is more like my Strat, because I have the that 5-way switch. And then the Air Sonic would be the Tele type sound. With the P90s and just the semi-hollow kind of look and the trend. It's just everything. So yes, I know, Aaron, I am working But they are paying for my plane ticket and my hotel room, so I'm happy with that. And I'm probably paying for my food as well. So I do have a presentation I'm giving Thursday, Friday. Wait, what is it? Friday, Saturday, Sunday at 2 p.m. I'm giving a hardware and mix bus presentation for about an hour on those days. And then I think on Thursday, it's like at 10 a.m. or something like that. It's going to be a hardware overview kind of presentation. So come by the Harrison audio booth, which is actually connected to the SSL booth. We got one big area that we just kind of split down the middle. So Harrison's on one side and then SSL is going to be on the other. We'll be showing off our consoles and other hardware that's coming out and the new V10 version of Harrison Mixbus. So exciting things are going to happen. And I think I'm going to have a little bit of time before the show starts each day to kind of walk around and look at other vendors. So hopefully I can get over to the guitar area and come say hi to the Reverend people and the Eastman people and the Fender people like Tonemaster Pro. I don't think Headrush is going to be there, but maybe they are. I need to go check out the map, see if they're going to be there or not. I don't know if Fractal really comes to the NAMM show. I don't think they do because they don't have really other vendors that sell their stuff other than G66 over in the UK. But Fractal probably won't be there. Kiesel would not be there, but they do have their own Kiesel Connect live event that's going to be on that Saturday, which I really wish I could come, but I do have to work the booth. So there's that. And who else is going to be there that I want to see? I don't know. That's really about it. That's really about it. I've not started my 2024 backing tracks yet. Honestly, I've been out of town since this past Friday, and it's now Tuesday, and I'm doing a live stream, and probably be working from home the rest of the week due to all the snow and the hazardous weather. And we should be getting some snow melting by Thursday, but then it's just going to freeze over again, which will make the road conditions not very good at all. So in between, checking emails and testing software, I will probably be making some more videos for Harrison and also my own channel. Getting caught up on some backing track stuff. And I did upload last week's HTS rigs to the website. So for all you people that have already purchased access to the Headrush Tone Sculpting Rigs course, you can go download those rigs for your Prime and Core, and also for the legacy units of Headrush. And then I got some more videos I need to work on as well. So y'all go ahead and ask me some questions here. Hanover Green's in the house. He says, glad I got here before it was over. Stay warm and stay safe. Best regards and best wishes. Thank you so much, Hanover. And Jeremy Knoll is just covering all the bases. So that's great. You forgot Supreme Leader as well, Jeremy. I'm just kidding. Yes. Sandblocks Gaming, we do have snow. And the peasants rejoice. as Tim Allen would say on Home Improvement. Um, Apparently, he mistakenly taped over like a Swan Lake performance that Patricia, his wife, really liked. With he taped over it with a football game. So he then tried to make up and ask forgiveness later on in the episode by making his own little video. And so he would say like, yeah, and then they got a first down. And then he would cut to the Swan Lake performance. And they said, and the peasants rejoice. And then they'd go back to football. Then go back to the ballet. Then go back to football. It's really funny. So I have that ingrained in my head of like, and the peasants rejoice. So whenever something cool happens, I always just say that in my head. Sometimes I'll say it out loud in public and I get weird looks, but I get weird looks anyway. I'm going to my website real fast because I'm going to play along with a backing track. I'm still using the SSL 12. We got these shipped to the office a few weeks ago, and since then I've been testing it out here in the studio, and which I do want to buy one for my own private use because we're going to be taking these to the NAMM show to get audio in and out of the computers and all that stuff. But so far it is working swimmingly well. You can have a separate mix for your both headphone outputs as well as your main output, and also your line 3 and 4 outputs, which you could use for external gear or just you can send a separate mix to maybe a headphone amplifier and split that off between a few different headphones. And you do use the 360 software, which you see right here. So what you're seeing is I'm using my headphone 1 mix, which is following mix 1 and 2. So wherever I have these faders, that's what I'm hearing, and that's also what you're hearing as well. And then I'm using this AudioCast. You can see the input set to the SSL 12. The loopback, which is channels 7 and 8. If you go back here, the loopback is assigned. The loopback select is assigned to headphone A, which is what my headphone mix is. So whatever I'm hearing is the same thing you're hearing, and that is great because now, in previous live streams, I was using either my PreSonus, which actually worked out really well. It was very similar to the setup I have here with the SSL 12. But the RME was kind of strange because I could have my output mix going to the live stream, but then I was monitoring through a headphone mix, which I could copy from the main live stream mix. But then as soon as I changed something, that now was different in my headphones, and I had the issue of I was hearing the backing track loud and clear, but maybe you weren't hearing it at all or something stupid like that. So I just didn't like the workflow overall. So I do have the RME UFX for sale on Marketplace. I don't want to sell it through Reverb because I don't want to have to pay fees and shipping and get less than the price than I actually want. So I'm just going to hold out on Marketplace, and hopefully somebody soon will buy that up. And then I'll put a portion of that money toward a new SSL 12, which I do get a employee discount since Harrison and SSL are owned by the same Audiotonics company. So I get employee discounts on stuff. Yes, I could probably get an employee discount on the new Harrison 32C or 32 Classic console, but it's still very expensive, so I'm not going to be doing that. But anyway, regardless, let me find my web browser here. We're going to go into products. We're going to go into doctors prescribed backing tracks. And we're going to go and we're going to view the product. So here's here's all the ones for 2023. I still have a few more left to do for November and December. But I'll get caught back up on that, and then I'll start 2024 here very soon. Let's do a funk groove in G minor. How about that? Let's see what happens. This is literally just 2 chords back to back. Now, the beauty of these backing tracks is they are meant to be very basic, very, very simple. So if you are a brand new guitar player that don't know anything, but you want to start learning to play chords, or maybe you want to start, you want to practice your ukulele sandblocks gaming, hint, hint. You can access these backing tracks through my website, and you just got a 10-minute timer essentially that you can sit down, play along. And for this backing track, you're going to learn a G minor chord and you're going to learn a C chord. You can go back to back for 10 minutes straight, learning this chord. Right, let me go to a clean sound here. Okay, so you can go back to back and forth for 10 minutes, and you're just going to play, you're going to practice this backing track, and you're going to get really good by the end of that 10 minutes. So let's check this out. So you should be hearing that. Stuff like that. So you can try different voicings. So here's like a G minor and then a C, right? Here's another voicing. Right, here's a G minor and then a C. Try another one. So maybe do a little pentatonic workout. Yeah, work on a box, just up and down. Maybe try the next box up. try different licks. Try to land on the root if you can. You know, on that G. Maybe on the flat third. Anyway, stuff like that. So that is, woo. That was about 4 minutes of work right there. And we got another 6 minutes. You can just, if you got 10 minutes a day to practice something, sit down, pick a few chords, pick a backing track from our website after you've paid access. It's only $20 for the year, right? So it's not very much. And by the end of that 10 minutes, you should be better at something, whether you're trying to learn the chords, whether you're trying to learn a new scale that you just picked up, maybe a major scale, maybe a pentatonic scale, stuff like that. And then the next day you come do it again. You maybe you pick the same backing track and you just wear it out every day for a week, and then you pick another backing track and then wear that one out every day for a week. And eventually you can get really good at learning your chords, playing your scales, picking out little different melodies that you can play for whatever you want. And it's just meant to help you be a more confident musician in whatever you're doing, whether you want to be more confident in the studio, maybe be more confident in on the stage, playing with a band, stuff like that. So anyway, folks, I made brownies earlier, and this guy right here needs a brownie. So if y'all don't have any more questions, which y'all can please ask me a question. I want you to ask me a question. But if you don't have any more questions, I will gladly go and eat a brownie. Honestly, man, this thing is great. This is a great guitar. What does a Reverend Sensei go for? Sensei. If they had an all black one, that'd be really cool. Alright, so here is a Sensei. This is a Venetian Gold Burst. Venetian Gold Burst. Look at that. That is really pretty. So the pickups are rail hammer pickups. And the theory behind it is it's all magnets are all about the magnetic field and the string pull that you get. So Joe Naylor, who came up with Reverend guitars and designs all the pickups and stuff as well, he says that you need a straight bar for the bass strings, but you need the individual lugs or whatever you call those for the treble strings or the thinner strings. So that way you get a different feel for the magnet and the different string pull. And yeah, so you get like a little tighter bass, a little tighter bass sound, but you still get this nice sweet sound on the higher string. Yeah, very cool stuff. So here's the full thing. This thing is great. Just a great guitar overall. I love it. So yeah, at what is this thing? This is $1,200. You can buy a demo model for $1,079. That's still really good. And you still get $54 in bonus bucks. So that can help pay for your next something, whatever you want to get. Here's one in a silver burst, which is really neat. I would not mind one in black though, for real. Like an all black one. That'd be really cool. Let's see what we got. We're looking through the Reverend catalog here. There's a crosscut, which is the same kind of deal. This gives you a kind of like a P90-ish kind of sound, very similar to what is in the Air Sonic there. There's the Kyle Schutt signature, which is a Sensei-ish kind of deal. Robin Thicke from Robin Thicke. I think it's Nine Inch Nails. This is his signature Nine Inch Nails guitar. It's basically a Sensei, but whatever his specs are. Very cool guitar. But I'm looking for just your general run-of-the-mill. Yeah, it's the Sensei RA is what they're called. And you got the Venetian Gold. You got the Periwinkle Burst, which is your purple kind of deal. And then you got your gray. So this color right here is not even available anymore. I don't think. So that makes it even all the more more valuable to me. I would not just give this guitar away. I would sell it for a decent price. But I would want to eventually get a fret dress or a refret going on the especially on the first 5 frets. Get maybe some stainless steel on the first 5, if not all of them. And yeah, this would make this guitar just that much more valuable. I've already had this guitar since when did I get it? I got it back in like 2017, 2018, something like that. So I've had it for about 6 or 7 years. I probably should should probably hang on to it at this point. See, it's out of tune. I need to I feel like I just changed the strings on this thing. What did I do? I think I did. One thing I need to do is make a spreadsheet of all the guitars I currently have. And then just mark when I change the strings on that guitar. So I can keep track of like, okay, it's been 6 months, it's been a year, it's been 2 years, it's been 3 months, you know, whatever it's been. And I really honestly can't remember if I've stretched the strings on this or not. And if I haven't, then I need to do that. Because that would affect the tuning as well. If you put new strings on but you didn't really stretch them. And all that. Skippy or Jif? Jif. I gotta go with Jif peanut butter for sure. Reverend Triad. That's a bass. Let's look at the basses real fast. Because my friend DC is wanting a bass. The Reverend basses do have a really cool look to them. So the Decision P. This is a like a P bass, J bass kind of deal. Yeah, that thing is cool. That thing rocks really hard. Loaded with a P blade pickup at the neck and a Jazz Bomb pickup at the bridge, harnessed to a pickup pan control. Pickup pan control, yes. This is an all-purpose bass. Goes from percussive funk to focused thump. That rhymes. At all points in between with the twist of one knob. The pickups combined deliver extended highs and lows with incredible punch and sustain. A truly modern classic tone machine. Yeah, dude. Let's look at what is it on Sweetwater? $10.99. That is a good deal. Now, if I pay for it outright, I get $55 in bonus bucks. So that's good. This is a nice base. It's got the stripes on the back of the neck. So that's really nice. It's got that classic kind of that body shape, that reverend body shape. And we have a midnight black one. See, this is listed for $800 on the Sweetwater Gear Exchange, so you could save a little bit of money. It says it's $150 in shipping, but something about this. It's definitely used. Interesting looking. Yeah, that's right. So this is the thing. We got $800, $150 shipped. So that's more like $950. And then you have to go and pay tax on that as well. So would you rather have that, or would you rather just have a you just pay $10.99 and get a brand new one? Which this even had a different pickup configuration than the other one did. So that one looked like definitely a few years old versus this one, which is a slightly newer and just looks better overall. That one's cool. This is the periwinkle. So you got more of a purple look. And you can even choose the pounds you want. So this is 8 pounds, 3 ounces, which is the lightest of the three. Something like that. That looks nice. That looks nice. That's a 4-string. And then you got the you're back to your Venetian pearl look. Yeah, it's really neat. I like that. Where am I at here? Where am I at? I had the Dub King last year, and I liked it a lot, but the body was not contoured right there. So I felt like when I was playing, it kind of dug into my arm a little bit. But I did like the short scale-ness of it, and that was nice. Or DC said the McCallie 5. There's a 5-string version. Wow, that looks cool. And it's pink. What is that? Orchid pink? Yeah. That's it right there. That is really cool. McCallie. But what's the 5? This is the 5. Now, FM stands for Flame Maple. So you got a 5-string there. That is sick. You can get it in blue. So it's really nice. Sorry, I'm looking at bases right now. Don't mind me, I'm looking at bases. You can get one in black. So that's really nice. Big and deep is one thing. Add clarity and that elusive vintage warmth. Meet the McCallie 5. We pulled it off by using a 5-piece neck, high mass bridge, and intonative passive pickups. This earthquake will deliver strong fundamental notes on the low B with sustain and punch you'd expect from basses costing many times as much. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. It's a 34-inch scale, 12-inch radius. Now with the bass, I'm not too concerned about stainless steel frets. Not at all. Let's go for a McCallie 5. If I spelled it correctly. Okay, there you go. $12.99 for that. So there's the full thing. It looks mean. That looks mean. You got the lines in the neck. You got the 5-ply neck. Yeah, that's really nice. Here's when used on the Gear Exchange. Let's see what that looks like. $900 free shipping. Oh, snap. So let's just say after tax it was $1,000. So you're saving about $300. Really you're saving more to let's just say, for example, I add this to the cart. I'm not going to pay for it, but I'm just going to add it to the cart. We're going to check out. Contact info. Come on. Sweetwater.com. Free FedEx. Yeah, so it was about $126 of tax, but it's free shipping. So it was $14.25. So you'd be saving about $425 if you bought it used off of the thing. So it does pay to have cash on hand if you can. So essentially you can save $425. So that'd be a good deal. And DC wants me to buy him one. Nope, I'm not going to do it. All right, that's enough shopping for bases. What's a thunder gun? Let me look that one up. The thunder gun. Yeah. Yeah, these are cool. This has the raised middle. It looks like it's a short scale, possibly. Ooh. The thunder gun is the base of choice for thick old school tone, but with modern punch that, thanks to the 5-piece neck and a high mass bridge, the thicker raised center section increases body mass, while the thinner wings increase resonance for a wicked combination of sustain and harmonics. So that's what the Air Sonic is all about. But this one is also a 34-inch scale, so it looks shorter, but it's maybe because where the strap pegs are in the wing, it doesn't seem like it's as far down the body as usual. Like this, it looks like you would the nut would sit pretty close to your head, being able to access all that. It is a 4-string. I don't know. I really have to if I'm at the NAMM show and I'm able to play through some of these, I would like to try out some of the bases just to get a feel for how they are. They are hip shot tuners, stuff like that. You also said the Triad. Let's look at the Triad here. So the Triad is going to have 3 pickups on it. 3 pickups. I'm back to black and white somehow. Yeah, I know. I changed it back. So here's the Triad. It's also a 34-inch scale. And the 3 brand new Jazz Bomb pickups are Humphrey. Humphrey, that's very important for me. I don't want anything that has hum. With increased output, the steel rails create a rich, focused tone that cuts through the mix, combined with them with a 3-way switch. That's cool. 5-way switch. Experiment with all kinds of sounds for any tone alchemist. funky block inlays and the chrome plate, control plate, make it this the base of stylish add-on to your collection. I do like that. Ooh, Karina Burst. Look at that thing, man. Look at that. Look at that. I don't know. I do like the purple. I do like the purple. Pure Tone Jack is what also comes on the Air Sonic that I have. Yeah, I really just have to try them all out. Oh, there we are. I chose 2 different ones. All right, guys. All right. All right, now, who can guess? Who's the big winner tonight? Who can guess what I've been playing through all night? Who can guess? Yeah, that purple is really neat. It is really neat. This one here, real fast. Basehauser Fatfish 32. So with the name, it's going to be a 32-inch scale. So it's going to be a shorter scale. It's going to have the nice rounded body. It's basically very similar to the Dub King. Not the Dub King, but the it's a very similar body shape that one of the 6-string models had years ago. I think I would like this. Honestly. It's kind of weird having that. So the Reverend Basehauser Fatfish 32 is now even fatter. The super resonant semi-hollow body, sustain enhancing raised center section, and P-blade thick brick pickup combo are versatile, formidable, and thick. This bass sounds huge even with the easy playing medium scale neck. Excuse me. Dial in a unique sound with the blend knob, a reverse headstock, block inlays on the fretboard, and entwined circles inlay at the first fret all make this a bass that can further refine your unique artist vision. I would honestly go for that. I like the shorter scale. For me, this definitely gives me more of the vibe of what the that Dub King was that I had. And yeah, it's just really cool. How much does this one? I dare ask. This is also a signature series, so it was, it's a signature of somebody. I think I've already closed it. Go back to Sweetwater. Ba-da-ba-da-ba. Woo! $14.99. $14.99. It is a cool bass, though. I mean, look at it. Look at that. All right, I might have to call up old Ken. Be like, so what kind of deal can I get on this? That is nice. All right, very good, guys. Very good. That's all we got for tonight. I'm going to go eat some brownies. DC likes the longer scale. That's perfectly fine. Neon orange. Neon orange. That would be neat. I can get some orange going in my lights. That does not look orange at all. Not at all. Let's go back to red. There we go. I like the red. Actually makes this camera look halfway decent. All right, all 4 of you that are still watching, thank you for listening in, giving me your questions, concerns, and comments. I need to stretch these strings because they are going out of tune. Yeah, I like this guitar, but I would like it a little bit more if I can get some stainless steel frets on it. And all that fun stuff. Before the end of the year, I did put in a few more orders for some Kiesels. So those will be coming down the pike in the next probably month or two. Hopefully the next 2 months. Because I need some time to sell off some other stuff. They're going to be purty. So purty. Honestly, man, this guitar sounds so good. The Reverend Sensei. Man, it's nice. That middle position is just... Yeah. And then the bass contour. Kind of roll that off. Back to the neck. Great. It's a great guitar. All right. Thanks, guys, for watching. I am out of here. I am... Reverend does rock. They are really, really good. Thanks, guys, for watching. I will see you guys hopefully very soon in a pre-recorded video. I'll probably wake up first thing in the morning and put on a camera and just shoot a bunch of content and then be editing that throughout the rest of this week. Because next Tuesday, I'll be leaving for the NAMM show, and I will be gone all week. So I'm going to try and get at least one more video up for this week and go ahead and shoot, edit, and upload and schedule some videos for next week while I'm gone. So there will be some content coming out while I'm away. And pray for my wife and kids that they can... handle me being gone for such a long time. It's only going to be a week, but it'll be fine. All right. I'm out. I'm going to eat some brownies. I know you're not jealous. Y'all have a great night. Doctor McFarland out. Keep rocking. I don't know what to say.